In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the Moving Heart Bracelet using the new Monster Tail Loom. This is a design that I had come up with on the full-size Rainbow Loom back in October of last year, but since Rainbow Loom has come out with a Monster Tail, I've decided to do a tutorial on this. So you will need about 150 rubber bands to make this bracelet, and I've chosen white as the background color, and then I have pink, fuchsia, and red Rainbow Loom bands for the hearts. So you're going to start with your main color, and it is going to go from the pin on the bottom left, and it's going to do a long stretch all the way up to the pin on the top right. And you want to twist. And now I'm going to take another white band. I'm going to go to the pin on the top left, and this is going to do a long stretch all the way down to the bottom right and twist. And there's one more band that is going to go from the left hand side over to the right and twist right in that center row. And then I want to push all of that down. And now every layer will follow that same pattern. So I'm going to add a second layer of white. Again, always starting on the bottom left. It's doing that long stretch up to the top right. And now I'm crossing that from the top left all the way down to the bottom right. And finally that third band is going in the center straight across and push down. And now I'm going to add one more layer of all white. And so I'm following that same pattern, starting on the bottom left, crossing it, there are long stretches, we're skipping that middle row until the third band, and that's going straight across from the left to the right. And so now I have 3 layers on, and I want to remove the bottom layer of bands. So I'm going to start on the bottom right. I'm just taking that bottom rubber band, pulling it out over the top and into the middle, and then I'll go up to the next pin and do the same thing, and I'm just going to work my way around until I've removed that bottom rubber band from all 6 pins, and then I'm going to push this down. And so now for this 4th layer, I'm going to add one of the hearts. And you can decide to put them as close together or as far apart as you like. So every 4th layer I'm going to add the heart band. And for this first heart I'm going to put it on as the first band. So I will take pink. It's going to go from the bottom left, stretching up to the top right. And now I'm going to use white for the other 2 bands in this layer. So I'm always working that same order, so I'm crossing this and then putting that center band on. And now every time we add one layer, we want to remove the bottom layer. So I need to go around to all of the pins and just grab that bottom rubber band and pull it out and over the top. And now the same thing on the other side. And push down. And for this next layer, it's going to be all white again. And I'm going to start counting over from 1 again, so I know when I need to add my next heart. So this is my first layer of all white. And then after this I will do 2 more layers of all the white bands, and then on that 4th layer I will add my next heart. So I'm just removing this bottom rubber band, and then I want to push all of this down. So I'm just going to fast forward here for these next 2 layers of all white bands. And so now I'm on to that 4th layer, And this time I want the heart to move positions. So the first heart I placed on as the first band placement. So for this second heart, you need to decide how you want it to move. And I'd like mine to move into the middle position. And so that band needs to be placed on last. And so I will do the 2 white bands, starting on that bottom left and crossing it. And now I'm going to change colors, so I'm going to use the fuchsia, and I'm going to place this as the last band that's going straight across the middle. And so that will make my heart move into that center position. And so now I want to remove the bottom layer. And push down. And so now I'm going to add 3 more layers of white bands. And now I'm up to the 4th layer again, and I want to add another heart. So this time I want the heart to be in the last position that we haven't already used, and it's going to be the one that stretches from the top left to the bottom right. So I'm going to put the bands on in order, starting on that bottom left. And now this is where I want the heart band to be placed. So I'm switching to the red, and it's going to go from the top left down to the bottom right. And then finally my 3rd band is going to be white. That's going right across the center. And I'm going to remove that bottom layer once again from all of the pins. And so I'm just going to continue on in that same pattern. I'll be doing 3 layers of all white, and on that 4th layer I will place my heart band. And for the next heart placement, you have a couple of different choices, and I'll show you in some of the other bracelets that I had made. So this one, I had the heart go back to the middle every time. So it was on the left, middle, right, middle, left, middle. So it went back to the middle every time. And then for this one, I did not have it go back to the middle. So it went right, middle, left, and so on. So it all depends on how you want the bracelet to turn out. But I'm going to fast forward here, and when the bracelet gets long enough, I will show you what to do to remove it from the loom. When you have your bracelet to the length that you'd like it, and you're ready to take it off the loom, you should have 2 rubber bands on all of the pins. So the first thing I'm going to do is go around and remove the bottom rubber band from all 6 pins. And then I'm going to push that down. And then I will take the rubber band that is on the bottom right pin, get it on my hook, and move it diagonally up and to the left. And then I will take the rubber band that's on the middle right pin and move that over to the left. And then the one that's on the top right will move diagonally down to the bottom left. And so now all the bands are on the left-hand side. And I'm going to take the bottom rubber band and pull it over the top on all of the pins. And now I'm going to take my hook and go down through the rubber band on the end, get it on my hook. I'm going to hold that in place with my thumb, and I'll pick up the next band. Again, I'll hold this in place and get the last rubber band, and now I can pull this off of the loom. And I'm going to take a clip. I have an S clip, but you can use whatever clip you have available. And I'm going to get those 3 rubber bands hooked through the one side of the clip. And then I'm going to go to the other end and just pick up a couple of bands that are on the end. And I will hook those through the other side of the clip. And then here is my bracelet. So you can see the heart design, and then here's what it looks like on the other side. So it is the same pattern on both sides, but they do have a slightly different look. The one side is more flat, and then the other side is more raised in the center. And then here are some of the other bracelets. I did show you these briefly in the beginning of the video. Here is one that had black as the background and then purple and pink for the hearts. And then here's another one that I used like a dark red, a brick red, with white hearts. And so this is the Moving Heart Bracelet. I hope that everyone enjoyed this tutorial. You can always leave me comments on YouTube and Facebook, post pictures of your creations to my Facebook page, and please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can stay up to date on all of my latest tutorials. You can also find me on Pinterest and Instagram, so please feel free to subscribe to those as well. Thanks for watching!